do 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 dun 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 dun. I ruined it. I let one green ruby disappear. I've ruined my OCD forever. Hey everybody, it's Chugga Conroy. Welcome back to more The Legend of Zelda Phantom Hourglass. Last time, we procrastinated even further in the Northwestern Sea. Well, what you call procrastinating, I call completionating. Coining it as a term. We got a lot of worthwhile items around the Northwestern Sea, including multiple heart containers, completing multiple side modes, and even activating our new fast travel system in the form of the frogs. I have to erase that now. There's no undo button. I'll call it personality and just leave it there. Yeah, our fast travel system's not really effective with only one thing on it. Anyway, this time we are finally on the Isle of Gust, and after I found one other way to procrastinate before getting started, we're going to do what else but get started. Beware of great winds. At least the place was aptly named. At least they didn't call it like Horse Island and make the gimmick wind. Okay. Yeah, you're gonna have strong winds blowing you off course. As long as you're running against the stream, you shouldn't have too much trouble. He uses a shield to kind of cover his face, which is a cute little detail. Ooh, 20 rupees. Those mini blends, they're colored a little bit differently from the mini blends that we saw earlier on the traveling ship, and there's actually a good reason for that. The variety of mini blends that we're seeing now kind of have the gimmick that if you defeat all of them, something good will happen. Take out those guys, and just basically keep that in mind. Whenever you see a lot of mini blends in one area, take them out. That guy dropped 20 rupees, and that's a pretty common occurrence. These guys, are you going to drop 20 rupees too? Are you going to be good little members of your species and be born with a red rupee in your mouth? Yes, you are. Give me that. Building up our rupee count again right away. Like I was saying, we didn't really need money for much else, so I'm not at all regretting my decision to buy that heart container. I'm actually feeling very good about it. Come on. You won't make those jumps if the wind's blowing when you're in midair, so be careful. Hop on over. You too. Looks like we're coming up on a cave. Oh, what do you say? What do you say? What do you say? What do you say? Oh, you can see him in his, like, little wind blowing animation. Strong wind warning, don't get blown off. I was tempted to go onward though, but no, I want to fight these guys because they give really good rewards. Mini blends are great. They're not really threatening. They kind of walk away from you, if anything. That's the most annoying thing about them, is just they take longer to kill because they're running away from you. And they drop really good stuff. Got a bomb flower right here. Did that right. Poked it. And inside this place, Wayfarer's Journal. You never know where the wayfaring winds will take you next. After months upon this windy isle, I discovered smaller islands nearby. But my big discovery, the one that sets my heart aflutter, the mermaid! That is where my wayfaring destinies take me next. This is where he docked. It gives a hint telling you that the wayfarer went off to this island, and then there's 2 other islands yet to be discovered in the region, but personally, I just found them sailing around, so I figured we would do the same. Got a courage gem right there, right away. That was really nice, actually. And then, I guess we'll just kind of... Wait, how do I get back up? Oh, over there, okay. I was getting worried there for a second. I was like, wait, no, I'm not stuck down here for the rest of my life, am I? Nah, I should have believed in the game more. We hop over, able to make longer jumps when the wind is blowing along with us. So joke's on you, sign. Maybe I did want to get blown away. There you guys are. 20 rupees. 20 rupees. 20 rupees. There's spots on the ground that look a little bit suspicious. Get another 20 rupees and another 20 rupees. Just rolling it already. This is quite a boon, actually. Maybe Linebeck was onto something when he was saying that abandoned islands would have lots of treasure on them. This is a shortcut back to the SS. Linebeck! The wind almost screwed up my demonstration right there, and I was not fond. Wait. I saw another digging spot. I'm sorry, I have no off switch for this. I really don't. If I see something that could potentially have a collectible in it, I have to go after it. I have a degree in that. Nice. 1 spin attack to take out the entire room of those guys. And, oh! These are, I believe they're called Gust, Actually, no, I don't think they have a name. I think I just call them, like... In my notes, I call them blowy octos, and I like that. I was trying to point out that they have no collision, so you can just walk right through them. I'm going to keep calling them blowy octos because I like that name now that I'm saying it out loud. It's just what I wrote it down as. More mini blins. Oh, they actually... No, they didn't get a poke in on me. Never mind. Looked like they did, but maybe I picked up a heart at the same time. I don't really know. It's often hard to tell what's going on because the thing is that you actually have a better view of the action than I do, and that's part of the reason why I think this could lend itself well to a Let's Play. Wow. Wisdom gem. Because it's all stylus controlled, I am always covering up a part of the screen. I don't always have a good view of the action. I might even be covering up information on the HUD and wouldn't really have any way of knowing it. So that's part of the reason why I'll say things and I'm like, wait, maybe that's not what happened. And you can quite clearly see why it's that way, but I can't always do that because I might be covering up the enemy that hit me and go, wait, why did I lose a heart? Because I didn't even know that they were there. I don't think there's anything else in this room. We defeated all the mini blins, and that actually spawned in the treasure chest. So that's yet another reason why you want to defeat mini blins, because in addition to their red rupee, they might even spawn in chests at the same time. We'll go up and up and up and up. Not bad. Making pretty good progress. I'll get a big green rupee. I know we got to see the big red rupee when I got it, though, but I think that might be the first time we're actually getting to see the big green variety. And then blowy. Like that blow jump. And there you are. Now that we've made it up here, I'm kind of thinking we should go on up here to this rather important looking place on the map. It's telling us that there is some place of great importance. I'm going to draw an X and an O because I am not biased in the game of tic-tac-toe, even though X is cooler. Temple entrance stops gusting only when the windmills have had their fill. Like it says, we cannot approach that temple entrance. Since we're in just kind of a slow bit where we're walking around a little bit and just fighting horde of enemies after horde of enemies and trying to find our way, I want to tell you about some unused text in Phantom Hourglass that's kind of interesting. That opening cutscene with Tetra and the pirate crew, who I miss dearly and wish had more of a role, it loads in extra text after Tetra mentions not to call her Zelda. Mako responds, "But you're a princess of a whole kingdom. I can't go treating you like a pirate." And Tetra says, "You better start trying, Mako. I may be a princess, but I'm a fearsome pirate. I'm traveling the world in search of new lands, and I'm the leader of you salty lot. I'm Tetra!" It's great. I can see why they cut it down because the scene was already pretty long, but I thought that those words deserved to be heard. Another tip that I can offer, you dig these up to make spouts appear. Don't worry about dequipping the shovel to fight enemies because tapping on an enemy while the shovel is equipped will make really obnoxious sounds. But it does actually still attack enemies with the sword. It knows what you want, and it won't try to dig a hole under the enemy's feet or anything stupid. This one, a power gem, one of each. Wow, that's pretty nice, actually. Well, we're going to go. Oh, come on. Come on, thank you. Gonna go onward. Have to know if you've got anything on you. Okay, no, you don't. Give me that. And then, oh boy, I feel like this is something that I'm going to be stuck on for way longer than I should. Oh no, what am I thinking? Just go this. No. I know him when I see him. Things that I'm going to get stuck on for way longer than I should. Okay, as I upturn all this earth, in this little tiny stretch of land, I find, not 3, 4 blue rupees. When the rewards are that potentially good under every square of land, how do you expect me to not dig up the entire grid? Did you seriously expect me to not dig up the entire grid? I am an idiot box! That's what you do! You cover it up, and then, okay, you can just walk on through. So I was right in thinking you could go to the side, but silly me in thinking that wind blowing up from the ground would move you in any direction but north. Okay, no, I'm not going to be like that. Got another big green rupee. Seems they aren't a myth after all. We were able to go out into the world and prove that they do really exist. On the X, the hero must blow on the 3 sacred windmills to open the path forward. The Legend of Zelda, the 3 sacred windmills. It just kind of sounded like that. So we have to make note of these. We can see that there are many pedestals up ahead and not just the ones that are marked on the map. Seems like we want to remember exactly which ones that we should be interacting with as not to make things awkward. Oh. Okay, it's not quite Animal Crossing where you can bang on the rock and make money appear, but close enough. It also knows what you're doing if you're going to tap on one of those while having the shovel out. Boing! Creatures that are sensitive to sound dwell in the sands ahead. So walk without sound and bring as little attention to yourself as possible. If all else fails, flee to a high spot before the creatures find you. You saw some motion in the sand over there, and you see it again. As long as you walk quietly, nothing will... Oh, no! I guess I was moving very slightly. Okay, let's test this out. Does walking quietly actually help? I mean, it seems like it does. I have to know the answer to this if walking quietly actually does help them, because I've never walked quietly to deal with these things. I did something else. And I was trying to demonstrate one of the ways that I thought you could deal with them. I'm just having the rug pulled out from under me in all sorts of ways. Whoa, no, 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 no. Okay, there's one over there. Let's test this. If I walk quietly... Hold on a minute. Ah! Sorry, just had to prove that it had nothing to do with the microphone. Yes, it is walking... Okay, I just barely walked too fast. Okay, so I wasn't wrong about that. They are sensitive to sound, however, which means they hear that, they eat it, and they die like the worm enemy that they typically are. Those things are always useless to you, or those things are always useless at stopping you, except when they, you know, eat you. I'm gonna grab this, throw it down. Oh! Can't poke them in the side, they have no collision otherwise. Those things are inconsistent. If we're going by Prima Guide logic, otherwise known as being wrong, they are called sandworms. But in the Japanese version, they are called moldworms, which is what I'm going to be going with because I'm sure that's what was intended and not what's, you know, wrong. You blow on the screen, or blow on the microphone, whichever you prefer for your immersion. I personally always say blow on the screen because that always feels a lot better, and it usually picks it up anyway. There is a treasure map. Another thing that we can't do anything with, the roll, 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 roll. Yeah, it's usually not that bad to deal with, actually. If you're to blow on a wrong one, then just nothing happens. It's not really anything besides a waste of your time, and besides, I think it's still pretty nice because these things serve as safe havens from the evil sandworms of death. Maybe I shouldn't have done my usual taunt at them. Also, yeah, if you roll too many times in a row, you get dizzy. In addition to having super drowning skills that he did not have in the previous adventure, which, like, dude, there's getting out of shape and then there's whatever happened to you. I mean, you became a swabby on Tetra's ship, buddy. You didn't even become her guard or anything. Still, though, it's a good thing we're the hero of winds because we get to use our superpower of blowing to make things happen. That is the 3 sacred windmills taken care of. Pretty nice puzzle. Pretty fun way to get around. It's a pretty fun island to just kind of romp around. And that brings us to the temple entrance. As you would guess, this is a pretty good stopping point. Next time on The Legend of Zelda Phantom Hourglass, we go in to the second main dungeon and the resting place of the second spirit that will help us in finding the ghost ship. See you guys then.